Hi, my name is Fiona Quiggin. I'm a personal trainer, fitness instructor, and also a fitness competitor. Today I've put together for you a full body circuit workout. You make your way through the first exercise all the way down to the 10th exercise, and we're going to target every major muscle group with some cardio intervals in there to keep that heart rate elevated, to burn those extra calories, work into that fat burning zone, and of course, work our heart. So our first exercise is a squat with a shoulder press. So we're working our legs, our glutes, core is nice and tight. We're also working our shoulders. Our feet are at hip or shoulder width apart. Toes are just slightly turned out so we get the inner thighs as well. Arms are up at the shoulders. We're going to be in a closed grip. We're going to go into a nice deep squat. Tummy is tight. Exhale and push up to the top with those shoulders. Come on down. Exhale and push up. Our second exercise is a push-up, so we're moving into the chest, also working the tricep. Core is always on, it's working just as hard. Coming down to the mat, we have two options. Either on the toes, making sure we have a nice wide grip so that we really isolate that chest as a major muscle group working. Core is tight, squeezing those legs together. Take a nice deep breath in as you come down. Exhale as you come on up, keeping the head in line with the spine. Tummy is tight. Pulling that belly button up to the spine. Second option is down onto the knees. Feet are uncrossed. Working through that same range of motion, getting that nose all the way to the floor, so you're really opening up that chest. So we just worked the chest, now we're going to work into the back. We're going to do a bent over row. Our feet are at hip width apart. Tummy is nice and tight, shoulders are back, chest is up. We're going to hinge from those hips with a slight softness in those knees. And we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back, really squeezing all the way down the back. Tummy is tight as always, keeping the head neutral in line with the spine. Squeeze and then slowly come on down. It's time to get that heart rate up, keeping it nice and simple. Jumping jacks. So working through that full range of motion with the arms and the legs, staying nice and light on those toes, engaging those calves. You can add a squat if you want to make it a little bit harder, but making sure that you get those reps in to keep that heart rate up. So we're going to move back into legs, but we're going to add a bicep curl. So we're going to do some nice alternate reverse lunges. So really working those quads, glutes, tummy is always tight as always, and we're going to add a bicep curl. So a nice big step back into a lunge, getting that back knee as close to the floor as possible, taking a nice big step, full range of motion with that bicep curl. Powering back through. Nice big step back, push it through. This is a great one for keeping that heart rate up as well after those jumping jacks. So following our lunge with the bicep, we're going to move into the triceps, so opposing muscle group, really emphasizing that balance throughout the workout. We're going to do a plank with a tricep kickback. So we want to find a nice strong plank position first on our hands. You want the tummy nice and tight. The feet are a little bit wider for balance. Picking that weight up at the side, keeping those hips square to the floor, and we're going to add that triceps kickback. Option for this is to come down onto your knees, still leaning over that hand in that plank position, making sure the core is tight, and then coming back into that kickback. Making sure the hips stay nice and square to the floor, and then you would repeat on the other side. So we're back to cardio now, it's time to get that heart rate up again. We're going to do a jump squat, so we want lots of power in this. We really want to work those legs nice and hard, really keeping that tummy nice and tight. The higher, the lower, the faster you can get these jumps, the more you're going to get that heart rate up. Feet are at hip width apart, reaching up, jumping down low, up and high, jumping down low. Option here, if you have a little bit of a bad knee, is just a little jump. Don't worry about going down to the floor. So moving into the core component of the workout, everyone's favorite, we're going to start with an oldie bit of goodie into our bicycles. So lying down on the mat, you want to bring your knees up off the floor, hands up behind the ears, and we're going to lift the shoulders, elbows, and head off the mat. The idea is to keep them off the mat at all times, so you're really keeping these muscles under contraction. We're then going to extend one leg, rotate, and then bring it back in. So you really want to get that elbow as close to the outside of the knee as possible, really making sure those obliques are working nice and hard, squeezing it back in. Once you're comfortable with that movement, add that speed, and really twist through those abdominals. Moving down for mountain climbers, so we're getting into that nice strong plank position, hands are under the shoulders, tummy is tight. You're pulling that belly button into your spine, head is in line with your spine, and we're going to bring the knees up to the chest. So pumping those knees, and then if you want to get that heart rate up a little bit, start to add that speed, but you want to keep those hips as steady as possible, and pumping those knees right up to your chest. And then we're going to finish with lower ab extensions. Lying down on the mat, we're going to bring our knees up again. You're going to slide your hands in under your bum. This is going to force your lower back to stay flat on the mat. And we're going to extend one leg out, almost to the floor but not touching, pointing your toe towards you, bringing it back in. So we're really isolating those lower abdominals. They're doing all the work. Push your low back flat on the mat. If you want it a little bit harder, you can do both legs at the same time, but you want to make sure your low back stays flat on the mat at all times. So extending out and then squeezing it back in.